Hello families. We have been working really hard in math on learning arrays. We have studied arrays that are already drawn for us, and now we are moving on to making arrays of our own. And I can see that my page just did some funky things on me. Anyway, you will see this paper coming home with your child tonight to finish as homework, or if they are finished with it already, they are supposed to be explaining to you what they did. So the directions say, draw an array and write a multiplication, but we crossed that out and said addition sentence to go with each problem. Most of the kids wrote down a row is what goes left to right, and a column is what goes up and down. So hopefully you will see that on their paper so that they can look up to that if they need to. We did these two examples in class already, so these should be done on their papers. But I want to explain to you how the students were taught to make their rows and columns. So for example, this one says 3 rows, 3 columns. So Mrs. Helena and I taught the kids that they are to make the 3 circles that would start each of their 3 rows. And they said, well, Mrs. Harding, it looks like a column. And I said, yes, but look here. It will eventually be a row going across this way, a row going across here, and another row here. So eventually we will be making those 3 rows. Then it says we need 3 columns. Well, this column is finished for us already. That's column 1. So then we need to make column 2 and column 3, and then fill in the best we can, making those size dots as equal as possible, those extra dots that fit in to finish the array. And the last step is to write a multiplication sentence, or not, an addition sentence. And so we talked about looking across the rows. We have 3 dots in that row, 3 in this row, and 3 in this row. So when we write our sentence, it should be 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals a total of 9 dots. The reason we are spending a lot of time on arrays is because array is a great drawing and a great tool we will be using when we begin, which we actually already kind of have, talking about multiplication. If students understand rows and columns and that they have to be equal, they already have a base understanding of multiplication. So today we talked about addition sentences that go with this. We will be putting a multiplication sentence to this very soon, but I wanted to see how they were doing with rows and columns and addition sentences before we move on. Thank you. Have a great evening.